Some of you may have noticed I've got some weird voice things going on because we're in the middle of fourth winter in Minnesota. So, yeah, got a little thing going on with the cough. Is that you, Rona? But, so the voice, it's a cross between the Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. And Phil Jackson, Scotty. Voice going on. I don't know, but it is what it is. We still soldier on because the NFL draft is less than a month away, and we're going to go through ESPN analyst Mike Tannenbaum, former Jets GM, also was involved with the Dolphins, etc. So he went through and put his GM hat on because he actually was a friggin' GM and went through team by team by team and went through the picks. And also, since he was a former GM, I'm sure he still has lots of contacts around the league in terms of GMs and scouts, etc. So he's going to have a lot more insight on where teams potentially see prospects going, and maybe they're higher, maybe they're lower than the consensus. So it's really fun. So let's dive on in. First up, Jaguars, Hutchinson. Yes. Two. The first little. So the Lions taking Sauce Gardner at 2. And I love me Sauce. I hope that he gets to 12. And if the Lions take Gardner, this is the Justin Jefferson draft, right? So this is the counter where the Lions are like, you know what? Jeff Okudah hasn't worked out. Maybe he'll bounce back, but Sauce Gardner is going to be a true blue shutdown cornerback 1. So we need a guy who can cover Justin Jefferson. So I would understand it from the Lions POV in this spot. Texans, Kyle Hamilton, where slow 40s, and a lot of the draft community is freaking out about it. It's like, oh, he ran a 4.59 at the combine and a 4.7 at his pro day. I don't think teams are going to care because he's just that dude. 4. Spicy. Jets, his former team, taking Garrett Wilson, G-Dub, from the Ohio State University. Now, I don't know. Maybe take Tannenbaum's Jets picks with a grain of salt because he is the guy who also traded up for Mark Sanchez. So, I don't know. But Garrett Wilson was Zach Wilson, Wilson to Wilson, and Elijah Moore in there. Come on. I love it. 5, Giants. Evan Neal coming out of Alabama. Now, there's a lot of hype around Ike Ekwonu, I think rightfully so, but I think Evan Neal is probably the safer between the two guys. So the Giants going to take Evan Neal, probably play him at right tackle. He has experience at right tackle back at Alabama and opposite of Andrew Thomas, who really came along last year. Then you got bookend tackle. 6, Panthers, Kenny Pickett. Stick it like Pickett, man. Coming in from Pittsburgh. Carolina Panthers get their guy where they need to try and save their jobs. Matt Rule and Friedera, they need to try and save their jobs. Tannenbaum's been in that spot before. And Sam Darnold, not so much. Not so much. But Pickett could be the future franchise with the Panthers. 7, Giants. So their second pick. So they got Evan Neal. They go on the other side of the trenches this time around. Kevin Thibodeau, where I understand the question marks about Thibodeau, but the upside is certainly there, and you can never have enough dudes who can get the quarterback. We'll get to that in a second with the Vikings. Andre Patterson gets himself a star pupil in Thibodeau. 8, so the Falcons. Maybe they would have gone quarterback here if Pickett was there. Maybe they go Malik Willis, etc. But Drake London is going to be that power forward. So not only do you have Kyle Pitts, who's a power forward wide receiver in the tight end's body, now you get just the Twin Towers out there, man. It's just going to be it's a Ralph Sampson and Akeem Olajuwon just getting after it, man. I love this pick a lot for the Falcons. 9, Seahawks. So maybe quarterback, maybe whatever, maybe wide receiver, but Ike Ekwonu in this spot where they're not bringing back Dwayne Brown. The Seattle Seahawks O-line has been a science experiment for years, but now, right after Russ leaves, now they finally get a franchise left tackle. It's crazy, man. 10, even though Dwayne Brown wasn't bad. 10, second of the 2 picks for the Jets, Jermaine Johnson the second, the pride of Eden Prairie, going to the Big Apple. I think he's going to get after with Jonathan Rhys-Myers, and I think that the Jets pass rush with Rob Salah and his defense is going to get after him, man. But also it's interesting. Ooh. They took him over Travon Walker. Foreshadowing. 11, Commanders. So the Commies have had decent luck with Ohio State wide receivers in Scary Terry McLaurin. So now you add Chris Olave to that mix. Got great speed. And also you got Curtis Samuel in there as well. Plus Adam Humphries for some reason, I guess. You have all the weapons for Carson Wentz. So we'll see. 12, Spicy. Es muy caliente. Vikings taking Travon Walker, the edge rusher from Georgia. Walker's combine workout was tremendous, but production inconsistency, only 9.5 sacks over 36 career games, concerns me. That's why I have him falling a bit to 12 here, blah, 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 blah. And it's ironic. They talk about lack of college production, even though on tape, this guy can be a one-man wrecking crew. It really is akin to Danielle Hunter, 4.5 sacks at LSU. It is akin to Odafe away at Penn State, 0 sacks his final year in Happy Valley. And I fully understand that the Vikings, they have Danielle, they have Za'Darius, they have DJ, they have Willekes, they have Patrick Jones, they have Janarius Robinson. You can never have enough dudes who get the quarterback. Plus, let's be honest here, the Danielle contract is a Band-Aid, and Za'Darius Smith's deal is basically a 1-year deal. They're both betting on them can stay healthy, but if things don't really work out, it would be nice to have a Travon Walker in the mix. And I think that we're just scratching the surface of what he can do. He can be a stand-up. He can be a hand in the dirt. He can be playing multiple positions. So even though there's a lot of talent still on this board, man, including all the cornerbacks except for Sauce, including a couple wide receivers, including Linderbaum, including a bunch of Jordan Davis. But, I mean, if Walker gets to 12, oh, man, baby. 13. Texans, Tunsil gone, Charles Cross in, yes. 14, Linderbaum. So even though Linderbaum a little bit undersized, like I feel like he does have the attitude of a Ravens offensive lineman. Makes sense. The Eagles, so they get Devin Lloyd, they get Kenyon freaking Green, and then they get Trent McDuffie. Gross town for the Eagles. 17. So the Chargers taking Nakobe Dean, where they already have their quarterback of the offense. Now they get their quarterback of the defense. I think that him and Kenneth Murray can be a nice combination if Murray can step back up again. But that defense, I mean, you can make a good case that the Chargers have the best defense in the NFL. Brandon Staley's really assembled some great talent there, and now they get their leader or future leader in the middle of that defense. 18. I don't think the Saints would pass up Malik Willis if he's there. But Trevor Penning, sure, love the attitude. Armstead out, so Penning and Ramczyk makes sense. 19, McDuffie we talked about. 20, so Malik Willis gets the Steelers at 20. For shame. I don't see him getting this far, but if it does happen, this is an absolute fantastic get for the Steelers. 21, Booth Jr. coming out of Clemson, has the length. I think that Belichick sees him as potentially the next great Patriots cornerback. Yes. 22, first of 2 Packers first-round picks. So Jan Dotson, where Dotson, we profess our love for Dotson, the pride of Penn State. Penn State, low-key, I mean, they used to be known as linebacker U, and certainly, yes, to a degree, Parsons, whatever. But they produce some great wide receivers, man. Absolutely. And Dotson's going to be that next guy where he, at times, single-handedly just took over games. He's a clean route runner. He's great after the catch, and he's just annoyingly good, which sucks. 23. So the Cardinals pick up Ojabo, where, he's going to fall because of that Achilles injury. Hopefully it doesn't impact him long-term, but it just sort of is what it is. Ironically, he goes to Arizona, where a lot of comps are to Chandler Jones, so we do wish him the best. 24, Stingley. Man, baby. So the Cowboys have a lot of needs elsewhere, but Stingley and Diggs, come on, man. The Bills, Kyler Gordon, putting him opposite Tre'Davious White-ish. 26, Tennessee Titans. Did not work out with the corpse of Julio Jones. And the matchup, Treylon Burks, who is a bit of a clone of A.J. Brown, with A.J. Brown. That's not bad. Plus, they got Robert Woods in the mix. 27, Jordan Davis, no matter what. So this is interesting. So now you have Jordan Davis and Vita Vea. So you basically have Jordan Davis playing like a 3-tech spot. Man, we have the meats, or they do at least. 28, Packers. This one hurts. My guy, Zion Johnson, going to the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. Like him and Elton Jenkins, like have one play center, have one play guard. They're going to be fantastic. That sucks. I hate it. 29, Chiefs get to redshirt Jameson Williams. That's going to be a problem in a year. Chiefs also taking Arnold Baguette coming out of Penn State, where just another fantastic edge rusher coming out of Happy Valley. Yes. 31, Bengals. So they check the box on offensive line and free agency. So now they can go after cornerback because Eli Apple, not so much. Trey Waynes, not so much. Roger McCreary coming out Auburn. Short arms, but is a fantastic, tenacious guy that can get after it. And then 32, Matt Corral, where he's great in RPOs. Can he transition to the NFL? I do believe in his talent. Plus, he gets to sit for a year behind Jared Goff. And then I think that eventually he could be a problem with the Lions because I believe in the Lions, man. I think 2-3 years, they could be a decent team under Holmes and Campbell, but we shall see there. But, yeah, What's it, like I said, what's interesting about Tannenbaum is that former NFL GM still probably has great connections and knows how teams think and how they're seeing some of these prospects. So the fact that maybe they're a little bit down across the board on Walker, as opposed to, there's some talk in the draft community that maybe Walker could even go number 1 overall to Jacksonville. But frankly, if he gets here to 12, this is why you go BPA. BPA, best player available, because Walker at 12 would just be, oof. Baby. But your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at Mike Tannenbaum, former NFL GM's mock draft. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts and his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Most support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull, production value.